in a negligent manner that was incompetent, or it was done just purposely that they was going to violate the process. And there's already some other issues and some things like this. And once again, this is not a personal slam, and I know that for members of Coldspring Fire Department, it has got to feel personal out there, but it's not. But we've also seen support from other fire departments, more than one, we're going to say close to half a dozen now, that have reached out and said, you know what, we have a little bit more faith in you that you're going to do what you're going to say that you're going to do, and you're going to uphold things even when it's hard and when it's difficult. Okay, so we're not above moving past that and working to move forward with it. And that's what we're going to, we actually have a line item on our agenda here, what we're actually going to do to move forward with it. And I've given it a lot of thought, and other people have given it thought too. And I know we sent out a questionnaire to Cold Springs, and we'll talk more about that later. But yes, ma'am, in short, we are willing to move forward as a board, but at the same time, our core values, just because they haven't officially been adopted moving forward, because we couldn't take action last budget workshop, if we take action on the actual proposal, that's going to be our core values, and it should have been our core values 10 years ago, and we have to honor that.
What item is that over here, Jacob?
Well, I have to look.
It's M.
Yeah, so we're still on B. We really need to, or no, C. We better get with it.
You better get with it.
Yeah.
L and N.
But yeah, we will come back to it, and we have been working to visit that.
Well, are we going to vote on this?
Yeah, sure. Unless you guys don't want to vote on it, but I think that we should. The next thing is, and I know people said, hey, slow down, slow down, slow down. And I've been watching this board for 20 years. I've been on the board for 10 years. That's all we do is slow down. And so just like you guys out there, you don't get to show up on a scene and say slow down. I know there's some things that take time and process and planning, but you got to make some decisions even to make it to the planning table. And we meet usually once a month. Here lately we've been meeting a little bit more. When we come together as a board, we've got to weigh things out, and if we can't make a decision on it, we need to state why it is that we can't make a decision. And that answer can't be, well, we just need to slow down. There's more information that needs to be gathered. I get it. We need to gather more information. But if we can come to an agreement that, hey, we're looking to do this and we're looking to move forward, then that's what we need to do. Yes, sir. You got something you can address the board?
You've been in this a long time, so can you get people to work for, well, that might have just been a number that was thrown out.
$20 an hour, so I polled about 20 to 30, and I can look at my text message. I did a straw poll, and there's no guarantees or promises to anybody. And I told everybody that when hiring time comes, I hope to really leave the board out of it, because I'd really like to shut that off to the fire chief. That way, if something goes wrong, right, that's what his job is over there. All right. Yeah, they don't really count. But anyway.
Was that number 4?
So, but I took a poll of about 25 people that live in this county that said, yeah, sign me up. And I said, well, I want to do staggered. $16 for a back-end fireman, $18 for a driver, and $22 for an officer to ride. You know, all of them told me, including district chiefs and battalion chiefs and drivers and so on and so forth. Just do it straight across the board. When we show up and we're all qualified to ride any position, we'll figure it out at the coffee table after we wash our apparatus. And that's how they do it. That's how we do it.
You got to start somewhere.
That's exactly right. So we figured 20 would be for the sake of ease, and because the fact of the matter is they don't. If everybody's making it across the board, they're gonna. That battalion chief's probably gonna be like, I ain't got to put on gear in 6 months. I'm riding in the back, and Captain, you're gonna ride up there. I'm gonna outrank you now. And he's gonna put him up there. He'll be more than qualified to do it, but that's just kind of how it works. So, but yeah, that's a good point, Judge.
Which model are y'all looking at?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. So what we need to do is ask Mike, well, first, let's do this. Do we have any motions to move forward with accepting one of the models of the duty crew?
I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Any more discussion on it? All right, so motion, all in favor? 3-0. So now that we know that we want to move forward with the duty crew, we need to figure out which one that we want to move forward with and what that money is going to look like.
Well,
So let's figure out first where we'd even get the money and see how much is there.
Yeah,
See what-
so
Get it where it's gonna come from.
if we,
How about this? It's 8:30. It's 8:30, so we made a motion to approve to go with the duty crew.
right,
There's quite a few other things that need to be discussed and talked about that. What if we have a special meeting to move forward with that duty crew and the proposed detailed plans for that? So we can get through the rest of this and try to get people home by midnight out here. You good with
okay,
that?
I had kind of a,
Now to give everybody a chance to collect their thoughts as far as what model. I'll update the other commissioners that wasn't able to be present tonight. They both have work engagements. One of our commissioners is dealing with the flooding situation, I believe, in the Fair Country, out in Kerrville, so they wasn't able to be here. So we'd like the planning part of that to happen as well, so.
okay, well, I have a plan, I mean, that
Let's look at-
works that we can afford. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and look forward to what day we can meet.
Take care, Judge.
Thank you,
Thanks
Judge.
for leaving good company.
Oh.
Take care. I think the Astros are already started.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Judge. So, what's the earliest we can do it, Denise?
I need 72 hours.
All right,
Follow the
so
agenda.
tomorrow, so Friday?
Well, if they're working the situation in Kerrville, will it be resolved in 3 days?
We don't know if it'll be resolved in 3 months with another weather system coming
Right.
through.
Tammy is on a fire call in Oregon to think of what you said, so I don't know when she'll be back either.
Okay. All right, well, let's do it for next week then.
Yeah, I like Mondays or.
How about Monday the 28th, or is anybody
Let me
available?
look, I got something somewhere up here.
Monday the 28th?
Monday, 28th, you've got something.
What do I got? Oh, I got to work.
You're working.
Can't tell I'm working again. Costs too much money, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be Monday, I was just saying, it's Friday is
Yeah.
hard, because then
I'm
the
supposed to be
agenda
in
has to
San
be followed.
Antonio, but I'll cancel that if we can do it on the 29th.
Say that again,
The 29th, we can do it on the 29th.
Tuesday?
Morning.
Morning would be best. That way, if it does get long, we can break for lunch and come back and finish it up before supper.
That's good with me.
Yep. Mike, can you make 9 a.m.?
No.
10 a.m.?
Where are we going to meet? That's the first question.
Well, it'll be during the weekdays, so this place is no. Can we meet here on a Tuesday or no?
No,
No,
there'll be
busy.
too many people here.
Well, we don't mind.
We can, I know Shepherd's always available, Point Blank will be available. I think we met in that side of the county last time, a lot of people drove all the way from over there, so we could drive to the north end, kind of balance it out. So
I like that, if it's an early morning meeting, I'd rather be close to home.
There you go. Is that okay with y'all, Point Blank?
Yes, Judge.
Point Blank at 9 a.m.,
No,
10 a.m.?
10 a.m.
July 29th,
Yes.
first.
Difference
ma'am.
is, there is a significant reason why I can't do 9 o'clock, okay?
What?
Okay, what did we
All
say?
right, 10 a.m., July 29th, at Point Blank.
Yeah, I moved stuff, but I can make it happen.
Well, if everybody, I mean, we can do
No,
it Wednesday, Thursday.
I got their stuff every day. So. All right, July 29th, 10 a.m.
10 a.m. And I've got it lasting until 16:30. But if we hit 16:30, we'll beat the last one.
10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
If you're parking.
Thank you.
Thanks for the support, Jeff.
Okay, got it. All right, so that'll take care of that item. Well,
And we're doing it point blank?
Point Blank. Okay, well, that'll take care of that.
I have a lot of things under D if we can move along.
Okay. Item D, Delta, review and take action on funding for departmental purchases, repairs, and equipment needs, San Jacinto County First Responder supplies.
Okay, so San Jacinto County First Responders ordered some supplies from Allegiance, and looking at their budget and talking to Gary, that's a pretty big purchase for them, so we kind of threw around the idea of halving this with them, letting the ESD and EMS improvements pay for half, and the FRO supply budget pay for the other half. The total is $26,8862.
So Allegiance is going to pay for half of that?
Oh, no, Allegiance is not going to pay for it. The FRO will pay
Oh,
for
I
it,
got you.
out of their budget.
FRO is going to pay for half of them, we're going to pay for the
Yeah, if they paid for the whole thing, it would just take a lot out of it.
supplies. And I think,
Okay, so the total is 2688, we're paying 1344.
Correct.
okay.
Brian's got something, Brian?
Yeah, so just to bring you up to speed, Allegiance these are iGels, so we were doing king tubes, okay? So these are new interventions that they didn't foresee having to bring on. These interventions for the 268862 is to bring the current members in compliance with their bags. Okay, I just talked to Ms. Cook, and we've got probably 4 to 6 new members that just came on, but they're putting their bags together. So I propose that we would take care of this invoice and then let them look at the next invoice and see, because they're going to have to make another purchase just like this. So.
You beat me to it, chief.
Yeah, nicely done.
But thank you for the,
I move that we pay the whole thing.
I second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Appreciate y'all.
Who made that motion?
Wilkie, Smith,
Yep.
Griot.
All right. The next thing that I have in your packet is also at FRO, we sent the generator repair guy out there, and if y'all ever need anything negotiated, talk to Mr. Gary Wolf over there, because I don't know how, I wadded up one invoice and throwed it in the trash because he convinced them that shouldn't have been something we paid for. So anyway, this is an estimate for a controller for their generator, and of course we removed the sales tax and the 3%. Because we won't be paying with card. Anyway, it will be $1,440.44 for the repairs to their generator. And that will come out of building and grounds or EMS improvement.
A little background on that. Obviously, we house 8330 there. During the recent weather event, the generator did not fire when the power went out. So the units were stuck in there for about 10 minutes before they were able to get the door up. This controller is the main brain for that equipment. So it wasn't something that was-
How long before they pay?
He said at max a week. He said normally they're in stock. If he can get it, then within a couple of days he can have it ordered.
I move that we pay it.
I'm confused.
Okay.
What does the controller do for the generator?
It's the brain.
It's the computer for it. It tells it what to do.
It's the AI chip. It tells it when the power goes off to turn the generator on. It also tells it how many amps that they're drawing, how much power it goes, what it feeds. It's the brain.
It's an important part that makes it run or don't run. So we need to go ahead and get it fixed.
I've got a transfer panel.
Right.
When my electricity drops, that transfer panel kicks. My generator's running in 10 seconds.
Right. Well, that does that
That brain makes it do
with that brain that
That's
he's
what
talking
this
about.
makes it do.
Yeah. It's just
The
a
brains
different.
behind the transfer.
Yes.
It's like if the motherboard goes out on your computer.
Yeah.
That's the motherboard.
$1,400.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Wilkie. We have a second. I'll second. Any discussion? All in favor? 3-0.
And we wanted more, but we knocked them down.
Thank you
Yeah.
for your
Yeah,
best
there was
practices.
another
but-
Which Andrews did you talk to?
The owner of
Chance.
Andreas.
Chance or
Chance and Danny
Or
and,
Danny.
Danny, perfect Danny,
and
Andreas.
Okay.
the lady in the office. Okay, so the next thing is we are in the process of our scheduled maintenance at all the generators, where they go around and check them all at all the stations, make sure they all work. When they went to Bear Creek, they said, this is not good. It has lots of problems, and they called Bryant, and he confirmed with them the problems that they were having. They need a new generator. They did not get a grant when a lot of other departments got a grant for a new generator, so their generator is way older than most people's. Anyway, this is the estimate from Andrews. They're the ones that we've gotten the last 5 generators from. This is a 24 kW. They tried to sell them a bigger one, but this one will do what it needs to do up there.
So a little backstory, the VFD installed this in 2004 with their fundraiser money. It's a 20 kW. Over the years, obviously, they've added electrical appliances and stuff like that. Over the years, this unit has seen 2 insurance claims for lightning strikes in the area. At least that's what the insurance company called it, was a lightning strike, because it blew out the motherboard and the coil windings, you name it. They spent more money to repair the generator on the insurance claim than what it was worth. Almost 4 years ago, the automated panel went out. It was $5,000 for the panel. So the VFD chose to put a manual throw transfer switch in. That has worked well, but over 20 years, the hours on the rings and the hours on the generator have worn down to where they're not replaceable because you can't find the parts. So they're looking, instead of a 20 kW to 24 kW, just to accompany the ice machine and the heaters and things.
Gotcha. All right.
One I have now, so it's over 20 years old.
Over 20, it was installed in 2004.
We got our money's worth out of it. I make a motion that we go ahead and replace it. A motion is second, any discussion? All in favor? 3-0. All right, 980 North, tires for the engine.
Self-explanatory, the quote is from T&W Tire. It's for 980, it's $2,600.48.
Okay. We used this company before?
Yes, we have an account set up with them. This is the same company that we used last December for Bear Creek, 6 tires on their engine. The same exact six tires was 34 and some change, 3,400. Since then, they have negotiated federal deals, so the same 6 tires now are going to cost us $2,600.
Okay, sounds good.
And I believe that these tires are...
They're over DOT stamp. What happened was Chief called and said, hey, we've got a tire leaking down. We need a roadside service. So I sent T&W out there to repair it. It was a valve stem, but the technician noticed when he pulled the tire off that the beads were breaking. They inspected the inner side of the front tires and noticed there was quite a bit of dry rot. These tires are about, let's just say they were on the truck when it was bought new in 2005. So yeah, so they're very old tires.
You should be able to get another 10 years.
2005. Yeah, so they're the original tires on the truck, so
Keep driving.
Keep driving.
$2,600 will get
Drive
us
it till the
6
wheels
tires
fall.
reported.
Drive it till the wheels fall off, that's it. And so, which estimate am I looking at? 1,700?
The T&W, you're skipping ahead, sir.
This one here, Mike.
All right,
Wait a minute, I didn't have that one.
the T&W is right here. Take mine. I didn't look at it. It looks legit to me.
T&W.
The good thing is the truck's only out of service for an hour and a half to 2 hours. They come to the station and replace the tires.
Do we have a?
They bring the tires with them?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir, they bring them.
Yeah, they bring
The
them.
technician does it on site.
It's 2,600?
Yes, sir.
What was the last time?
34.40 and some change.
So why did they reduce?
Because we set up an account, the ESD has an account with the company now, and we applied for federal assistance on our tires, our large tires. So we get a substantial discount on the federal rate versus the state rate.
Okay,
Good job.
all right,
So it's been moved,
I did.
yep,
and a second.
all right. Any discussion? All in favor? 3-0. All right, moving right along, first responders organization needs a washer and dryer purchase.
Yeah, so about 8 to 10 years ago, during the old administration, the washer and dryer was very old because it was donated.
Right.
It just went out, and there was only a few members at the time, so I think the administration decided, hey, we'll take the stuff home we need to wash. This day and age, we don't, whether it's dog hair or blood or anything like that, we don't, not only need our houses,
I'm
but
with you.
a lot of the VFDs in back in the day used to take to the laundromat.
Right.
So they have the ability to
They wouldn't
just
want there either.
get them delivered and install them, so. Total from those is $12,800.
Is this what
Do we
y'all
have
need?
paperwork?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all those in your packets.
No, no,
I'll make a motion.
All right, we have a motion, do we have a second?
I got it.
No, it's before that.
Here.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, that's what I have, and this is what I have.
It's behind you.
Got it. Okay. You can have this back. I flipped it.
You're good, just put it right here in my
Keep it-
file.
Yeah, in your
I've
file.
already looked through this stuff.
Yeah, so I'm finished with that one. This one,
What's that?
is first responders.
Yes.
Yeah, they currently don't have a washer and dryer.
Okay, so I missed something, and I thought this when I read somewhere where that was in there. Why do they need washer and dryer?
To wash their equipment, their bags, their uniforms, or stuff like that, when they go on calls and things that get messy or nasty, they wash it there instead of taking that kind of
Got
contaminants and
it,
stuff.
got it, got it. I moved, has it been moved to approve?
We got a motion, we got a second, all in favor?
Yeah.
Then. Okay,
Did you say it or did I?
we have both of you guys, yeah.
Okay.
So I have one more thing, actually kind of two more. It's going to be estimate number 1700 and 1701. Camilla talked to us about this. The first one, or Brian, I'm saying.
Yeah, so Tanker 141 at Camilla is out of service, been out of service about a week now. The actual truck itself is overheating on the street. We had the UET come out and take a look at it. So it took him almost a week to get out there. The estimate you see is for the replacement of the water pump and everything that's going to go with it.
Which estimate?
It's the first one,
1,700, invoice 1,700,
Yeah.
or estimates of.
Yeah, 3293.84. So this is to replace the water pump and everything that has to do with that. There's a lot of labor on here because unfortunately they have to disassemble quite a bit on the front of the engine to replace all this stuff. So I spoke with the EVT this afternoon. He says 5 to 7 days once he orders the parts. And then hopefully once they come in within a couple days, he can have it back in service.
And that's the 05 tanker, or is that the
Correct.
engine?
That's the tanker.
They come out to the station?
Yes, he comes out to the station.
You happy with that, chief?
Yeah.
Okay. I make a motion, we approve.
So when do we get the truck back?
The truck's there, but hopefully within a week and a half, it'll be back in service. It's at 5 to 7 days once he orders it to get the
Okay.
parts, and then a couple days to disassemble it.
All right, we got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Who moved?
I made the motion, Derek second. All in favor? Chief Humes, just make sure to get with him any kind of apparatus needs you need while that truck's down. If you need something to back in over in your station, you get with Chief Matthews.
All right, so the second estimate, 1701, you're going to see for 7266.39. While the EBT was out there, he noticed leaks. So Chief had him go over the truck. Keep in mind, this is a 2005. A lot of the valves are leaking. So he is recommending doing valve kits. In the majority of the valves, there's some of them that are older type valves that they're going to have to replace the whole valve. There's a lot of work in there. So the truck, this is not something that keeps it out of service, but if we look into the future of keeping that truck, it's definitely something we can do now versus later.
This is the same truck,
Same truck.
Yeah.
same company.
Same truck, same company, yes.
So while they're waiting for these parts to come in, oh, they gotta wait for these parts to come in too, right?
But yes, hypothetically, we could do it all at the same time.
And this is something in the future that once we're consolidated and we have complete buy-in on, we'll be able to put these things on the maintenance and replacement schedule. We're not
Correct.
dealing with 20-year-old apparatus. It's gonna, this is gonna continue to add up. This truck's gonna continue to cost us money. So. But for now, we're not on a replacement plan for it, so we'll go ahead and make a
It's the
motion. to
second
approve
page
it.
of this. There's 2 pages on this.
Yeah.
It's just.
It's
I didn't
just a
wanna-
break- it's just a
I didn't want to
breakdown.
not include page 2 because it says 1 of 2,
Yeah.
2 of 2.
I'll second.
so-
All right, we have a motion and a second. Motion by myself, second by Commissioner Wilkie. Any more discussion?
Nope.
All in favor? Ayes have it.
That is all.
Oh, nice. All right, we need to-
About time.
Okay, moving right along to item E, Echo. We're going to take action on repairs, renovations, constructions of district and provider-owned facilities, including engagement, architectural and engineering services, and selection of contractors, 101 1514 building. So Derek and I are both on that committee. We've already met. We have our drawing and our blueprint as far as what we want to move forward. The problem is that we're still waiting, I believe, on Mr. Peeler to contact, or get in contact with the engineer from the county. Was it Mark?
Yeah, he reached out to him, and
They just
I
hadn't met
believe
up yet.
that now, well, they've been talking, but I believe that the issue now is he needs a list of design build
Okay,
people to reach out to.
okay.
That's where we're at right now.
Got one already, that's what we have here in our folder here. They come out and look at it, of course, if what you see on here, it says 288 compliant public restrooms, we don't need two, we only need one. One office, some of the stuff is, I've already emailed him back, as far as what we need. Some of the stuff we don't need and some of it we do. So, he did call me the other day. I wasn't able to take his call, and I've been waiting for this meeting to call him back. So I will call him back. And I have another design build company to reach out to that I haven't yet. I was waiting to hear from Mr. Peeler.
Yeah, I think he said that's the next step, is y'all need to get with, or get a list of design build, or however many. I mean, I don't know, you might make it approved going with this group.
Well, I got two different ones
Okay.
that I have that, we get bids from both of those. or
Okay.
Yeah,
If I got another one, I can reach out to them too and get another bid from them.
well, I think if we get at least one more bid.
Yes, I agree.
Well, we have to put all that out into the,
Well, no. I'm sorry. I say one more bid. Get one more design build company involved to look at it and come up with, their first shot at it before they really go out and price everything. And that's what they do. They kind of look at it and say, this is what we are going to do.
This is what this is.
Well, yeah, this is-
That's what this is,
right.
okay?
But what I'm saying, go ahead, I'm sorry.
So we go to multiple design build companies, give them the same specs that we gave to this guy, and let him, then they'll come look at it, and then they go back, and we say, okay, go for it with a number, go for it with a number, go for it with a number. And they come back to us with a number that says, that's it. They've got the architect, engineers,
Well,
all of that
that's
on
part of the
board.
bid process and the bid packet that has to be
Right.
released out in paper, and it would be a sealed bid process, so we don't want to. What I'm saying is, Derek and I have already talked about this drawing here with a few exceptions as far as, one of the storage areas being moved into
Take nighttime beds, it's 20.
it is time to take nighttime beds. But anyway, change it up to put a window in there and means of ingress and egress
Right.
for possible crew quarters or something like that. But just taking this one basic one, and then once we actually do the bid process and submit for them sealed bids, everybody will receive the same drawing and the same specs, and that's
Right.
going to come from the engineer as well, so, from
Yeah.
that company. So we'll do that, and we're going to wait on Mr. Peeler and that. We've already got approval as far as the committee goes to move forward as that process goes. So
Right.
we're just kind of waiting at that at this point, so probably nothing really to discuss there moving forward.
Different companies need to
I was
be
just
in this
updating.
position, right?
I was
so
just
they know what
updating.
it is.
Yeah, you were just updating us on the drawing we have.
So we still need to put it in the paper.
Yes,
Yeah, we ain't got
And
the.
if other companies get aboard with it,
we have to get with
They can
attorney,
come up.
Mr.
yeah, okay, I got it.
Shepherd Station. We gotta finish this building project before we can start on another building project or start talking about it. So that one's continues to get tabled for now. Item F, review and take action on investment report and investment updates. Do we have to take action tonight or no?
Tonight is
Yes.
July, yes, I have to sign it. So we have to approve it after I talk about it. If you'll look at the first line, that CD is up for renewal on Friday. I think Friday's the 25th. Anyway, on the 25th, I've already talked to the bank. I've talked to other entities, my investment locations, and talked to them about their interest rates and where they think they're going, because they're very flexible, especially Texas Class. Texas Class can fluctuate daily, and it depends a lot on what the FOMC does, the Fed. They've got a meeting on the 29th, and there's a lot of pressure to lower the interest rates. So People's Bank offered us 3.5 to continue at 3.5. They won't go up because they don't know what the Fed's going to do either. So I talked to my guy at Texas Class, and he said, you can lock in 3.5 for a year. It'd be better if it was 4, but that would be good. That would be a good number. Because he doesn't know that Texas Class is going to be at 3.5 in a year.
Right.
It could drop to 3.5 next month. Well, it wouldn't be next month, but it would be. We're at 440 now. Today it was 440. So I'm going to renew this CD at 3.5. That's the first.
Sounds like you're on top of it. Looks good.
I am.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, thank you.
The rest of the stuff is just running sweet, and bringing us in some money. Don't have anything else due until August the 20th, which is the CD that we've had on.
It matures or?
Yeah, it matures on AM 820.
Got it.
So that's before our next meeting.
Okay.
And I haven't started talking to them about rates because they won't really talk to me about rates until about a week before.
Got it. Okay.
They won't commit to anything until about a week before, so.
Looks good.
I'm gonna work that one and then just keep moving the stuff around. Texas Class is doing well right now, 4.4, but again, depending on what the Fed does.
I understand.
So,
Okay.
That's
Looks
that.
good. I make a motion, we approve the investment report. Second. All right, any more discussion? All in favor? 3-0. Thank you, Mike.
communication.
Review and accept, communication?
Where's communications?
It's not there yet.
No. Item G, golf. Review and accept 2024 department compilations.
I don't have any.
Oh, good. Okay. Didn't mean to say that out loud.
Yeah, I should, but I don't.
Okay. We'll table that for next time. H, review and take action on district communications, including but not limited to updates, purchases, and repairs.
Okay. The company that I'm talking to about the North Tower, we're talking about putting a transmit capability on that tower. To do that, I've got to get the license modified, which we just got renewed, so that's good. But I have to get the license modified on 2 licenses because we'll have 2 repeaters one for EMS and one for fire. To do that, to just get the license modified is going to be, if we use the same frequency north and south, it'll be 650. If it's separate frequencies, in other words, we use a different repeater frequency, north and south, it'll cost us more. Minimum of $100, and then it could go up another couple of hundred. So basically it's going to cost us $1,300 up to $1,600, let's say.
Okay.
All right, clear that it's $650 each. Didn't I do that right? Yeah, $1,300. So that's money that we have to spend up front before we can get the license approved, so that the communications company can put the gear in place and can design the gear and know what to design. That's the first thing. Second thing, the tower itself. I'm sorry that the judge left. We currently lease the tower through the county.
Yep.
And we get a really good tower rent. Really good tower rent.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, the problem is that's for one antenna. So we have to add an antenna. And we're talking about $1,000 to $1,200 to lease per month for that tower space.
Right.
And that tower space is what the tower company calls the penthouse.
Right.
It's a high spot on the tower, and because it's fire, they're giving us a break. So this is something that I haven't confirmed with the guy yet the exact price. And we were talking about initially putting fire, okay, right now we're at 170 or 169 feet. We have this antenna, which is a good height, but this other one's at 348 feet. So if we add this one, it'll cost us about $1,200. If we add this one and put it that way, it'll cost us $2,500.
Right.
Because we got two antennas taking up the last 40 feet of their tower. And that's prime spot. And since they're giving us a break, they can't give us too much of a break. So I just want to let the board know that this is coming.
Right.
And I want to commit to getting that top spot. And I'm going to try to get the top spot in the ESD's name rather than amending the county's.
Right.
Because what we had to go through, and I say we, the biblical we, I guess.
Yeah.
Wasn't the most simple thing to deal with when I had to go back and forth with the county for the interlocal agreement to get the amendment to the contract, the lease agreement changed, and so forth. So to amend the lease agreement again, and then change the interlocal agreement and do all of that stuff all over again, I don't know how it will be seen by the county. So I would like to get it in our name,
Right,
but I'm gonna talk to the guy.
okay.
It may be a start over case, and he'll have to go with the going rate, which starts at $1,800 a month.
Right. Well, just, and I know I've said this multiple times throughout our past meetings, but being here for over 10 years, I've seen the board take a ride for hundreds of thousands, if not close to $1 million in promised communications with no results or results that ended worse than what we even started. So just let them know, whatever they tell us they're gonna do, there's gonna have to be an obvious improvement before we're gonna agree to work with them.
We can't, there will, okay.
Yeah,
Let me preface this with, I've been in communications
right,
since 1972,
right.
in one form or another. I know a little bit about it. I'm not gonna say I'm an expert.
Well, that's
but
why
I
you're
know
on
a
that
little.
committee, so.
Anyway, what they're proposing, right now, there's nothing north of 190.
Right,
What they're proposing will cover all the way to the top of the county, and it'll cover south too.
theoretically, right?
Yeah. So now, if we get that done, that's gonna be the perfect spot for the north end.
Right,
We've got Fox's Run, and we've got a spot identified in the southwest portion of the county
right,
to cover that circle, to build a tower on, which is what I've been trying to, get
Right,
the budgeting done for. And I've got to get some topo studies for towers in that area and see what it's gonna take to top the trees and get the signal out.
right.
So, gut feeling, and this is just, I don't have any specific numbers, but start thinking in the $300,000 range.
As long as it brings some improved
So
communications.
because what we're having to do is buy 2 repeaters in the north
I get it,
and 2 repeaters in the south. I mean, at Fox's Run,
right,
okay? Plus a microwave link,
right,
which we're looking for the microwave license right now. Someone said the sheriff's office had it, Tracy with
Yeah.
Premier, I think it is, anyway, said the sheriff's office has a license, but I can't find it. But he transmitted, there's a free spectrum, and it's between 5 and 6 gigahertz that you don't have to have a license for. So I'm talking to the engineer at the communications company, and he said, I will not design anything that operates without a license.
fair enough.
So we may have to get a license or find the sheriff's department license and somehow bring them in on this so that we can piggyback their license.
Will it benefit them as well?
Yeah,
Okay,
and one way or another will.
okay. The significant thing about benefiting them is yes, but you have to add on somewhere.
But the infrastructure's already there.
But the infrastructure will be there so that it'll add on.
It'd be a good deal for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
All of us, actually, not just them, but all of us.
And talking to Chief Jolly, he has been talking to someone who said something about free radios. And the free radios are hand-me-downs from where the DPS upgraded. So, I don't know if that's a true thing or not, but that's what he threw out, maybe as bait, I don't know. So, in any event, I'll continue to talk to Chief Jolly,
Okay,
and we need to get from the communications company the plan.
got you.
And they're close.
Yep,
But right now, it's no cigar.
I get it. It's gonna take time. Do we need take any action on this item tonight?
We need to take action on sending money to get the license licenses
Oh, yeah, that.
upgraded. I need $1,300.
Didn't you say it could be up to 1,600?
Yeah, but we don't know if we're gonna need to change the license yet. I gotta coordinate between the engineer and the people who do the frequency coordination.
Would 1,700 for sure be able to take care of it?
2,000.
Yeah.
2,000.
Okay.
I make a motion that we approve.
Well, I've got 10,000 to get all this stuff done.
So we've already made.
You've already approved it,
So what do you need us to make a motion on tonight?
so I guess really nothing, since I've already got the money. I'll just tell you. Well, but the money was intended to find a company.
I get it.
This reminds me of when my dad would give me the lecture, just kill me, you know?
Okay, but, all right, so no, we don't need
Thank you for
anything.
the communications. Do you have anything else on that?
No,
All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next item.
that's
We're
H,
at item I, review and take action on budget amendments and line item transfers.
Okay, in your packet is a budget amendment form. This one is called Budget Amendment 2025.
Call my relief and let them know I'm not gonna be there by 10. So we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break, let everybody use the restroom, and then we'll reconvene in 5 minutes.
We had Bear Creek pay us back for their health and wellness grant. We had Oakhurst pay us back for a training grant. We had Point Blank pay us back for their large brush chart grant. We had Coldspring pay us for the open record request. And then I needed $1,590.91 to go into district training because we went over out of the financial sheet under unbudgeted revenue, and it would be putting it back in most cases on where it was spent. So in other words, if we spent the MES money, then it got out of district improvements, then it got sent back to us, then that would go back in the district. We had Bear Creek pay us back for their health and wellness grant. We had Oakhurst pay us back for a training grant. We had Point Blank pay us back for their large brush chart grant. We had Coldspring pay us for the open record request. And then I needed $1,590.91 to go into district training because we went over out of the financial sheet under unbudgeted revenue, and it would be putting it back in most cases on where it was spent. So in other words, if we spent the MES money, then it got out of district improvements, then it got sent back to us, then that would go back in the district.
Call my relief and let them know I'm not gonna be there by 10. So we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break, let everybody use the restroom, and then we'll reconvene in 5 minutes.
We had Bear Creek pay us back for their health and wellness grant. We had Oakhurst pay us back for a training grant. We had Point Blank pay us back for their large brush chart grant. We had Coldspring pay us for the open record request. And then I needed $1,590.91 to go into district training because we went over out of the financial sheet under unbudgeted revenue, and it would be putting it back in most cases on where it was spent. So in other words, if we spent the MES money, then it got out of district improvements, then it got sent back to us, then that would go back in the district.
Brian
I'm
and
feeling better that this is a big deal. Because now the level of visibility, the attitude
On budget
change. You can tell just the tone has changed. In general.
You said you got it.
Like what we're
He
talking
said we need a motion.
What happens from this is, if you don't take what Ray said and go back and start looking, become really intimate, close to your numbers, you understand?
these
You don't get hammered every time you show
No,
up.
those were the original.
So hopefully that drives change. What you said about the budget, the numbers of where they come from, why such big gaps when we had a previous year of 416,000? Yeah, I looked at that too. Huh? Who wrote this?
I'm not trying to criticize anybody. You can get better.
Yeah. It's like, honey, I'm gonna go get milk, but you don't have any money in the account. Oh.
426,000.
Yeah, okay, I was off by 10. I got a lot of numbers rolling around.
I heard somebody
Yeah, just, that's why I like to see year over year, month over month. What's the trend line? How does this trend line compare to last year? Yeah, we're on the same thing.
I was telling Greg. I was going to play this on. Need to highlight it and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and call the meeting back to order at 9:34 p.m.
Yeah,
That's,
that's a long
I
five.
know, I apologize about my time scale. Okay, so we're on scale. Review and take actions on contract with fire suppression, EMS providers, including amendment, renewal, and cancellation of the contract. So as it said, we had a violation of the contract. We voted to move forward and take our 60-day period to move forward, and that's where we're at right now. A lot of things have transpired, a lot of time and effort's been put into it, and commitment, as Derek and I was talking about. I'm really still in favor of our initial decision that in no personal effect, or it's not a personal vendetta, it's nothing personal against the command staff of Cold Springs. And in fact, I know for a fact that some of the decisions were inherited by the previous chief that was there, but they went along with it. And still at the same time, it got past an entire command staff, an entire board to do something that we haven't seen any other department do, which is blatantly go against the contractual agreement, knowing that the ESD purchased with taxpayers' money 20 years ago, this building, and then it was distributed out. It was sold for $1. It was given to the city of Cold Springs.
It was given.
And it caused some hardship between the city and the ESD that we're still trying to recover and work from. So this isn't something that went without a huge ripple. This is a problem, a serious problem. And I question the leadership of that department of letting it go to that. And I've heard multiple different things from multiple different members of the leadership of, oh, we just didn't see it. We didn't realize that it was in the contract, which has been in the contract. And then other things that would suggest that, hey, we knew about it and we did it anyway. If we're going to uphold our core values and our professionalism, so if you go out and anybody that's ever served in the military or anybody that's ever worked for a professional organization, you sign a contract with them that you're going to live by an oath. You're going to go out and that you're going to live by a code to do the right thing and honor that integrity. You don't do things like this, and if you do, there's a consequence to it. And as this board, we enacted and did exactly what it is the contract said that we would do. But that puts us in another precarious situation. We have an entire group of people that want to continue to serve and want to continue to volunteer out there. They've made some, as a whole, as a command staff, they've made some bad decisions. But through prayer and lots of time of thinking about it, and even after listening to my soft-spoken buddy over here, I've realized that and they're the same reason that I'm even fighting for this consolidation, is the same reason that same system that's broken, that we're trying to fix, has bad culture out there that has not only let our county down many times, but it let this particular department down. And so they've really done the best they could, and I believe that for the most part they was doing it in some way to try to protect what they thought they needed to protect, or do whatever it is that they needed to do. Does it make it right? It don't make it right, but it also gives a little bit of room in there for some grace, because I've seen the heart of these people and know that they're there for the right reason. They wouldn't be up here right now. We've looked at their questionnaire that we sent out, and we sent out to basically a questionnaire, if you will, or a survey, just to see, what their dedication was like, because communication was pretty much severed between them and the board, and with both sides taking a stance. And for whatever reason, it just wasn't good communication between us. And so we wanted to send out this communication packet, or this questionnaire, if you will, to just see what it is that they answer collectively as a department, as a whole, to get a gauge of where they was actually at. And so, and I appreciate them getting that. And I've had people question me and say, well, how soon did they do it? And was it last minute? And is it because it was a last-ditch effort, because they, realized that it's not going anywhere, or, that they just had no other choice or no other option? But I'm not going to try to really, as far as me speaking, I'm not going to try to get into that intent at all with it. They did go and they did get this done. They did answer most all the questions, and they left out one question, and that question was, do you agree that this transfer is done, that this transfer is a done deal, and now the ESD and Coldspring Volunteer Fire Department must both, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I don't know if it was that one or the one that had asking if looking back, if there was they seen a problem with the transfer of the property. And so I get it, and probably don't want to admit guilt or put themselves in a spot for any type of a lawsuit. And as I've said before, basically we've had a disruption of property and communication throughout multiple different agencies: the Coldspring Fire Department, the ESD Board, the City of Cold Spring, and all that could have been very, very easily prevented. But we're here now, and we're going to move forward. And I just never wanted to go out and to actually sue just to get the title back. I mean, ESD Board paid the funds and purchased the building, and then I don't want to use county funds, taxpayer dollars, to fund a lawyer to fight the City of Cold Springs, who would have to turn around and pay a lawyer or countersue or defend themselves. And so we have all this attorney fees being racked up at taxpayers' expense over a building that taxpayers have already owned for many, many years and can only really be used for fire and emergency services. So that's not what we want to do there. And looking at this packet, I think it'd be safe to see from the command staff that they're willing to move forward with the ESD. And y'all stop me if at any point I'm interpreting or saying it wrong, but you're willing to move forward with the ESD, and you're willing to move forward in the consolidation process. Is that correct as well?
We're willing to move forward in those discussions, yes.
I didn't hear what you
We haven't had the chance
So-
to have those meetings. Take
Yeah,
care.
go ahead. Derek never says anything, so if he wants to talk, I'm going to let him talk.
Chief Haylock reached out to myself and Commissioner Russell, and I apologize about not getting back with you today. She reached out to us Friday to meet with her sometime this past weekend, before tonight's meeting. Being that it was such late notice, I wasn't able to do so because of prior commitments. And again, I apologize about that. I've been running all day today. So through all that,
I apologize that it was a late notice. We had to get
No, that's understandable. It's all good.
Just let him.
I know with all this, it seems like you're willing to work with us. And so is what I'm going to suggest tonight. I've been talking to Brian and we've been going back and forth, listening to both sides. I hear what the board says. I hear what y'all say. So I'm going to move that we put a 30-day extension on this so that we can get together and discuss this and go from there.
There's a transition.
Yeah. Does that sound good with you?
This is,
And
now,
that's, so we can meet and go over this that you filled out, that we sent you. And we know that y'all want to work with us. We want to work with y'all. We're not willing to just kick y'all to the curb. We don't want to do that. The community doesn't want that. The mayor doesn't want that. We want to work with the mayor. Yes, Commissioner Russell and myself went over there and had a 3-hour meeting with the mayor. It was very, very enjoyable. He was a real good guy. He gave us a lot of good information. So I think it was a very fruitful conversation that we had. So we're going to give you a 30-day extension, or we're going to make that motion and vote on it.
so just so everybody knows and all of Cold Springs is clear, and I realize, and this is something that Derek brought to my attention, and some of this, while I still agree with my original decision of why we did what we did, because too many times in the past history we've asked people to follow and uphold their end of the contract, and we haven't done it. We've let them just do, oh, that's not that big of a deal this time, that's not that big of a deal. But now it has gotten to a culture, which we helped be part of it, and that's something that was reflected upon myself as I'm part of this culture with this board and with this community out here just as much as everybody else is. And I have a responsibility in this as well, and help breed some of that bad culture by not acting on the smaller things to allow the bigger things, which was a whole building assignment, to even happen. I think had we acted more diligently in the past as a board, and been more clear that we take our contract seriously and what we expect out of the people that contract with us, I don't believe this would ever happen. So that's something through talking with Derek that was brought to my attention. And so to get a little bit, we all have to give a little bit. So we're fixing to, later on, we'll have to schedule meetings for the departments that are already willing to come forward with the consolidation process. So by accepting this, y'all's department, we would basically move y'all to the front of the line and say, hey, so there's not a cancellation of the contract and a gap in coverage or service. We got 30 days, y'all be at the front of the line to consolidate with San Jacinto County ESD Fire Department. So that would kill the cancellation part of it, that you're moving forward to be a part of this movement moving forward and the unity that we're trying to bring into this service. So before we go ahead and make that motion, and you have your chief officers back there, and that's essentially what these questions here that you guys answered moving forward, and I'm sure that you probably didn't anticipate it being to that extent and so quick, but that's what we're willing to give to make this a smooth transition. So
we are willing to hear you out and work together.
And everything
That's what we want to do.
Yeah, and everything I said
To be
before.
clear, the 30 days is to agree to,
No, we're going to sit down and we're going to come to the table
we
and
have
talk.
time to have,
Yeah, we're going to come to the table and talk.
It's an extension,
Yeah.
okay.
and then after that extension, the contract will be canceled.
So, everything you said, because I was at your meeting until I had to go to another one.
Yes, ma'am, I
When you did your
understand.
workshop. Everything you said in there, come to negotiations, discussing, talking.
We have to do that
That's what we're
30
talking
days?
about. That's what
Yes,
the next
ma'am.
30 days.
So we will be, as you can see, and I don't have no problems within the next meeting, or we can, as long as we got a board that's willing to do it, I have no problems in clearing my schedule for this. This is something that's very, very important for all of us, and I'm willing to give my time to it. These board members, we've met more in the last 6 months than we've met ever before in probably ESD history that I can remember.
And I know the whole issue with Coldspring Fire has been a big issue over the last I can't even tell you how long it's been, but it looks bad. We want to get it worked out.
So basically, that would be the 30-day extension would give you guys 30 days to meet the transition.
Can I ask a small adjustment? I'm about to have surgery this week, so I will be out. Can we do a 40-day?
Ma'am, I'm gonna say something. I don't mean this rude or disrespectful, and I totally get it. And there's something in the fire service out there, and I know that everybody knows this, just like this board tonight. While, you know, there's some people that probably think, well, you had 2 board members that was absent. Well, just like right now, I'm not with my crew, there's somebody else that's there in that spot, and they're taking them spot, and I can't make decisions for them, but there are capable people in that spot, and the show's gotta go on. And so you have a command staff that you obviously trust, and I see them sitting next to you almost every single meeting. Get with that command staff, and they should have the autonomy and the wherewithal inside of your department to maintain that level of redundancy to make decisions. If you're not, no offense, because I'm not picking on anybody, but you wasn't at that extrication the other night, I don't think. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but somebody else was. And they had to pick up the pieces and they had to move with it. So whether it's a life and death or it's an administrative type action, you have a command staff that you need to rely on. So we're willing to move forward with the 30 days to make this possible in this transition. And we can talk and converse between there and talk about the hot topic items that need extra concern. But I really think that we need to, I think 30 days is more than enough time to get this transition done if you guys, once we vote on it.
Would that be 30 days from August 4th, which was the original 30 days?
So it would, say in 60 days, it would be 90 days.
No, from August 4th.
No, not from today. It'd be 30 days from the original.
Yeah, from August 4th.
So you'll be good.
Yeah.
You be good?
I'll be good.
So,
And then we're gonna schedule a time where we can all,
Yeah.
I go back to school, I start back to work for the school on the 1st, so.
Okay.
And I know y'all got
So,
work too, so.
My question
maybe
would
some
be, we
evening.
have a special meeting already on July 29th at 10 a.m. Could we come here and meet
When
with
is your
them
surgery,
after?
Michelle?
Thursday.
First, we need to probably go ahead and
okay,
make the motion.
can I ask a question here? Are we going to have, for our discussions, if there's 3 of us or more, we have to put out an agenda and put it out as a meeting, you know,
I know
because
where
the
you're
Open Meetings Act. So if we schedule a meeting to get with Coldspring and their command staff, do we need our entire board there?
So, without getting too far down there, I know exactly where you're going with this. In the workshop that we did the other day, we talked about transition teams, and this is where that transition team would come from. And we got to get one motion made and get through this, but then that's when the transition team would come in play if this board so choose to move forward with the transition team, giving them the ability to go and move as a committee to work the transition with a particular department. So we'll talk more about that here in a minute. We're going to go ahead and make the motion to give Cold Springs Volunteer Fire Department a 30-day extension from August the
7th, I think.
4th
Oh,
or 5th.
I
Is
know
it
that.
The 5th.
Sorry.
5th. A 30-day extension
So
to
August
allow them to facilitate a successful.
August 35th?
I can go with that date, find it on the calendar for me.
So it's a 30-day extension for us to be able to transition Cold Springs Volunteer Fire Department into San Jacinto County ESD 1 consolidation process or
Meet
plan.
with them and discuss everything and answer all their questions.
Okay. I have a basic question.
All right, so let's do the motion on the table before it gets too convoluted here.
Okay, do the motion
I
and
got
then
a
we can have
motion.
discussion.
And a second,
Who's the second?
Derek,
Who was first?
me.
Okay.
Any discussion on that?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't see, maybe I haven't read it yet, where Cold Spring says they want to consolidate.
We just heard it.
We just, yes.
That wasn't one of the questions that was posed. The questions were posed as, will we work with you? Will we do?
Right.
And everything that Brian presented, and it was a negotiation to come under.
Right,
That's what I'm assuming we're going after.
right. So this
Okay,
was.
so the answer to my question is you do want to consolidate into the San Jacinto County ESD Fire Department.
That's not, no, it is, we will want to sit and work out negotiations and get questions answered and what Brian May has proposed.
With the ultimate goal
Hang on,
of
let
being
her-
The ultimate goal
consolidated.
of
Yes.
working and doing, yes, absolutely.
Working and doing with is not the same
Well,
thing as consolidating
So
with.
Michael, here's what I'm gonna say. When I looked at everything that was up there, Cold Springs, what I wear right here was not up there and 8 others were. So it was the ESD patch. So there's still a few things I need reassurance that yes, I get to be Cold Spring. Yes, and I think we're
You
at
will
a
be-
point where we can talk about that and
You will be
move
Cold
forward
Spring
to-
Station, not
Yes.
Cold Spring Fire Department.
That's
Correct.
implied, yes.
That's,
That
Number
that's-
11, by the way, on the question.
And
That's
that's
something that
But it's not
we'll
Yeah.
talk, yeah, absolutely.
And that's it. I mean, there's still, before I stand here right here and say absolutely 100%, there's still a few things I need to
Just-
make sure
just like in
that
our-
what Brian said is what's gonna happen.
Just like in
That's it.
our special meeting we had last Monday,
Right.
Brian mentioned the whole, the plan as far as consolidation.
Yes.
And
Yes.
he told all the fire departments that we're not gonna come in and take the name off the
Rebrand.
truck. We're not gonna do that.
And that's it.
We're not gonna do
Things
that.
like that, and it's things
That
that
would
they don't
be-
work with being in a
It's those
city,
little
it's
things.
just,
And
That's an added expense for the taxpayers that we don't need to put on.
it's
Right.
literally
We're not
just
gonna do
a discussion.
And Michael, I'm gonna tell you, there's rub on both sides, 100%. I know that. But am I willing to come to the table and work with you? Absolutely.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, you answered question number 9. In your opinion, and based on conversations with the membership be in favor of a change in chief or assistant chief?
You have
And
a
you
stack of
answered no.
paper.
Yes.
You have a stack of papers there, and we have
Okay.
minutes where
Okay,
our
wait,
members said no.
They're talking about internally, sir.
Yeah.
We're talking
Okay.
about
About
as
Michelle and
our
Sean and
existing
not
fire
Brian.
department stands right now.
Internally.
Internally, not Brian.
But that still could happen based on the qualifications that Brian's presentation put up, the qualifications for a chief and for a firefighter and
Yes,
and
and with that
a driver
discussion,
operator.
y'all would have to know what our qualifications are.
And also
And
with that.
we've got a list of all the training that you have done.
That
and-
is what shows on SFFMA and what we're certified
And
in.
I can promise you,
We
I
have a
have
whole-
worked
And you do
diligently to
have
get
these
that in. When you
certifications.
look now, things are there.
Yes.
You're starting
Okay.
to see things.
Certifications.
All right,
Yes.
let me ask you another question, just, and then I'll vote. Do you have a certification as firefighter 1?
Yes, I just haven't taken my test.
You haven't taken the
Yes,
test?
I have my.
You don't have the
SFFMA
certification.
certification. I do not have my TCFP.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
but-
just Mike, we're,
But
Okay,
with,
all right, I'm ready to vote.
hang on.
during our
Let- let-
discussion last Monday, it was proposed in the plan to do this consolidation to allow those in the departments a specific time or an amount of time to get those qualifications.
Yes.
You know, we're not going to come in and just, our intent's not to come in and kick you out and say you're not chief anymore. That's not our intent.
Right.
Our intent is to get you that training. Whatever training is qualified for the position, we want you to get it. And we're going to give ample time for that.
So myself and my assistant chief, which is the only command staff we have.
Understood.
We have all of the certifications, we just haven't tested
Okay.
to be TCFP.
And you'll have ample
Right.
time for that.
So
We'll
we
give
just
you
haven't
ample time for
tested.
that.
And just to bridge the gap from where Mike is and just like us as well, and I get it that you're working on it, but if it doesn't show up and we look up SFMA or TCFP, you don't have the certification, you don't have it, whether you're taking the class, just waiting on tested or whatever, it's have it or don't. But
So some of our
everything that we said, we're
Yeah.
all in agreement that we want to give people the ample time and the opportunity. I've said this 100 times, and this is my platform. If a person has the desire and the commitment to volunteer, there's always going to be a place here for them. As long as I'm here on this board, there's always going to be a place for them, and I want them to be successful. But I don't want to put them in a spot where they're going to have to make dangerous decisions that they're going to be failed in by a system and put them in a spot to make bad decisions, which is what we've had happened in the past. So this is all in an effort to move forward. So I believe that there's nothing that we can't work through. You guys seem like we can talk,
And so, Mike, I was
communicate.
gonna say, you know, the things we are certified with TCFP are now posted.
Okay.
All right, my concern, and it has to do with everybody, every station. We acted on Cold Spring because I felt that Cold Spring command staff, whoever it was, made bad decisions. And I was concerned that the bad decision-making would carry over and someone would get killed. That's my concern. That's my biggest concern. I do not want to lose a firefighter,
Agreed.
period. So that's my concern about the Coldspring Fire Department, is that their command staff has made some bad decisions. I'm not convinced yet that anything has changed. I'm willing to listen and see where it goes. So, you want to call a vote?
Yeah, Denise, you want to read back what the motion was? Just so we make sure we're on
Motion
the
was
same
made
page.
for a 30-day extension from August 5th on Cold Springs Fire Protection Agreement / contract, and move forward with the transition process into SJC ESD 1 program.
Right. And at the end of that, it will terminate. Right. We should be able to accommodate it. For whatever reason, we can't because we're still discussing things and items, and we need to get Mr. Peeler involved in the 501, all them things. Then we'll move forward that as long as we're already in good faith moving forward together as a group to accomplish what our overall mission is here, then we'll do that at that time. So we have a motion.
Y'all go with that?
We have a motion.
Yeah, I'll second it.
We got a seconded by Mr. Wilkie. Any more discussion on it?
No.
All in favor? All right.
For 30 days.
Okay. All in favor? Ayes have it, 3-0, I'm sorry. Okay.
We'll
My
get
next thing
together and
is,
figure out a time that's good for us, and I know Brian can explain a lot of stuff that I can't explain. So we'll get together and sit down and talk.
we need to, I want to also make a motion. Did you have something on this one?
No, I was just going to say, do we want to do something, do we want to schedule a meeting or not?
Yes, but hang on one second. Before we do that, I would like to go ahead and what I talked about in the PowerPoint before is to make sure that the wheels keep moving on this. I would like to go ahead and for the board to, I make a motion that we go ahead and appoint a transition team to be able to help facilitate negotiations on behalf of the board with the Coldspring Fire Department.
All fire departments or just?
So just Cold Spring right now.
Well, we could do all fire departments would be
Let's just
great.
do Cold Spring right now and
Okay.
get that done.
Because we're going to have another one that we're going to have to do. We got Point Blank that's going to be next in line. They're ready to come forth and transition as well.
So it's 980.
So I don't know if they are or not yet. I don't want to speak on behalf of them, but I know for sure Point Blank has voiced their intent to do it. So
I may be wrong on 980, but I don't think so.
So we would need two members on the transition team and what this would look like. is that the transition team would be able to schedule, meet, plan, basically work out a package deal with the individual fire departments to bring it back to the board to vote and approve on it, but we would have the autonomy to meet with them and discuss the plans and to bring it back to the board for approval for the acceptance and transition.
At that 5-hour meeting we had, 5-hour and 42,
So
no,
if
30
it has to
minutes.
talk about this, we need a second just to
we-
bring it for discussion.
We
I'll
had,
second it.
well, all right,
Now discussion.
we had that proposal that you did, that
Right.
full proposal.
Right.
But we couldn't act on it because it wasn't on the agenda to act
Right,
on it.
we removed our
So-
ability to act at that meeting.
So is this, or is it M, that we would do to accept that proposal as our plan for how we're going to structure and move forward?
Sure.
Then I so move.
Okay.
I move that,
That's right now.
Hold on, we're in the middle of.
oh,
another
you're in
vote.
another motion?
Yeah,
I missed that
we're
motion.
on item L right now. So- Yes, sir, we got a
Can I just
question.
ask you one on there? You're putting together this transition team, I just want to be clear on it. Will that transition team be made of people outside of the board? And if not, I'm not sure why you're cutting it down from 5 people to 2 or 3.
Because we can't have 3 people, because then we have to post an agenda publicly, and if we're gonna have 3, we might as well have 5.
Yeah, so if we, if two,
I
if,
mean,
yeah,
if you do it outside, the transition team is outside of y'all, you can meet all you want, then they can bring it to you to vote on.
that's
That's what
right.
we're gonna do.
That's what we're gonna do.
That's what
yes,
we're
sir.
gonna do.
Okay, that's all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Outside of you.
And, all right, so we've made the motion to develop a transition team. Now, who wants to be on the transition?
I'll definitely
But
be
see,
on it,
the
'cause,
point
Cold
being
Spring
is
reached
that
out to me and I'll be glad to sit down with you.
that's just opposite of what you just said. If we do it outside, we'd pick
If we pick
Roger,
myself
or Denise, or Chief Bryant, or someone, the board, none of the board is on it. And after they've met and put together what the rough spots are,
Right.
then maybe the board can get involved and see if there's a way to resume.
Well,
But
I think
to
that.
get them close to,
Well, it's just like when we do, like the building committee. We meet once a month and we would never be able to repair or build anything if we're only meeting once a month. So we developed a committee to be able to get together and work on it legally outside of there. And so I think that we need at least 2 people that represent from the board and that know about what the plan is and the organizational structure moving forward. And then I think we need also the fire chief on that transition team as well as Denise. So to be able to move forward and to move forward.
I'll say you and me.
I do too, but I just want to see where Mike is. I wish the rest of the board was here, but they're not, so.
I don't know if you're gonna cave
If I'm
on
okay,
stuff. I just,
what would I cave on? So the transition team, we're not going to come back and say, yeah, they're transitioning, they're on board. We're just out to work with the departments to talk about their special interests and the special items that represent their particular communities, package it all up on something we can all agree on moving forward, and then we bring it back to the board for the board to completely vote on and approve. We're just, the transition team is just that, just to move the transition process along and to be able to do all the legwork. You know, at like 10 o'clock at night on a Wednesday, we can meet on the phone or we can meet in person or do whatever we need to do. Just so whenever we come back at the end of 30 days, we can have had, 100 hours of dialogue between each other, so.
all right.
How long are you gonna be down for, Michelle?
I won't be able to talk for a week. I won't be able to talk for a week, but I can email.
Communication.
We'll work something, we'll get together.
All right,
I
so
appreciate you reaching out to me.
do we have a motion for
There's been a motion and a second on the appoint a transition team, which is basically a committee, to talk to Coldspring to help with this process and that can schedule meetings and bring a plan to the board.
But with you and Bryant
With fire
on it,
chief, manager, and
and
Brian and Derek?
Yes.
Okay.
You need a second?
I thought
A
you
motion
had a
and a
second.
second.
I thought, okay.
Yeah, that was Derek. Do we have
Derek
any more?
moved it, you seconded it.
Do we have any more
They
discussion?
moved it, Wilkie seconded it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do we have any more discussion, Mike?
no.
Okay. All in favor? 3-0.
So I have one more quick thing. You guys approved a couple of months ago to do an interlocal with the city to try to move that forward, to have access to the building, that kind of thing. And I sent that to Commissioner Russell, and that's as far as it's gone.
Okay.
The city was supposed to write it, was what I was told. I wasn't in the meeting, but they didn't write it. So I wrote one, sent it to Commissioner Russell so that she could look over it, and then it could be sent to the attorney. But it's kind of died there. So we need to get that moving again, at least to where the helipad, the EMS, all that is in writing that says that those will be accessible for emergency services.
Okay.
So can I put that on the meeting for the 25th and bring a draft of an interlocal?
I would think that we would need to do that too
Okay.
as well. This is going to be a lot of meetings.
I think 1630 was a decent number.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I just want to bring a
Yeah.
draft so that y'all.
No,
I got
that
it.
sounds
No,
great.
that sounds great.
Because it's just been sitting there and y'all voted on it 2 months ago.
Yep.
Well, when we had that discussion with the meeting with the mayor, he said that they were gonna write one up.
Yeah,
so-
I haven't heard.
I don't know
That's
what
not
they,
what the mayor said in this meeting.
I don't know what they decided after that, I have no idea.
Real quick, I have one more motion to make that, moving forward, that we give the transition team the autonomy to schedule, meet, and discuss with Coldspring Fire Department and moving forward, the Point Blank Fire Department as well, to bring back the transition plans moving forward for them individual departments. If we can happen to catch Cold Springs and meet with them in the morning and we have time to do so and can turn around and meet with that staff, and then we'll bring back our progress and our plans.
So can I
packaged up to
just
the board.
add to the motion with Coldspring and Point Blank?
Can I ask you to change it to that this transition team has the authority to meet with any and all stations as much as they are all ready to meet. So if you meet with Coldspring in the morning one day and Point Blank the next day, and 980 wants to come talk to you, and Camilla wants, anybody that wants to come talk to us, notify you or Derek, and you guys schedule it and talk to any and all of stations that are interested in consolidation.
I do.
All right? You got that?
Yeah, so I said transition team to also talk to any other department ready to
Yeah, To any-
negotiations.
yeah.
Right.
Or you could just say,
All right.
instead of Coldspring, just say,
Yeah,
meet with any department
yeah.
Okay.
ready for consolidation.
All in favor?
I'll go with that.
3-0. Do we have anything else under item L? Okay, item M. To review and act on matters related to the coverage of the district territory for emergency services, including fire suppression and EMS, including agreements with independent volunteer fire departments regarding the ownership of capital assets and designation of personnel. So this is where we would make a motion to,
I move we accept your proposal as presented at the July 14th meeting
workshop.
workshop. meeting.
We have a motion by Commissioner Smith and a second by Commissioner Wilkie. Any more discussion on it?
No, there were some changes that were presented
By Ms. Russell.
by, no, well,
Yeah, she had
There
one
was-
about dispatch.
right,
Do you have that?
I emailed it to y'all.
Yes.
yeah, including those additions by
By the fire chief.
Fire Chief
And Ms. Russell.
and Miss Russell.
Yes.
Right. Did Emmett have anything? He didn't have
I
anything.
don't think Emmett had anything. He
Okay.
got this one.
No,
Yeah.
but I've changed everything that the board told me to change.
And Ms. Russell had wanted to add in there that we put the
The
dispatchers and not
dispatch was paid for.
by part of our budget.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then she asked that we add something about the, what was it, something else, but you guys didn't tell me to do, about EMS, and you
Yeah, we
said that
left
was for a
EMS out
different.
because.
Yeah, the MS is not
Yeah.
included
Yeah,
in
but I added
that.
everything else,
All right.
it was,
Okay. Bree's gonna run out of battery, we need to
Yeah.
hurry up.
So we got first.
the
No, I
fire
got
chief's
plenty of-
discretion on the extension on the training, and that the ESD funds to dispatchers, and to add that training inserts, and we added that to auxiliary, and then add that the ESD would pay for the training, and then to slash the item number 2 under next steps.
Yes.
And those were all done.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
We have a motion and a second.
Didn't I move it?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, and you seconded it, so.
Yeah, Smith and Wilkie.
Okay. All in favor?
I motioned it, I hope I'm in favor.
Anything else under item M?
M.
Mike,
Oh, thank you very much.
do you have anything else under M?
No.
Brian?
But in your packet, just in case y'all want to look at it, the attorney made some changes to this. I don't know what prompted that, but anyway, the committee may want to look at that just to see what's new.
We're not there. There it is.
Is it highlighting here, the changes?
No, it was highlighted on my email and your email, they just sent it to you, but, I undid the track of the changes that you did. I'll go through and highlight it for y'all and I'll scan it in.
All right, so I don't think we need to take any action on this.
No,
All right. Let's go ahead and request funds for bill payment.
all right, we have check number 10295210321. There are a couple changes from when these were emailed to you, and one is that I have not updated the check numbers, they were still last month. And then the Cape area check was for the wrong amount, so other than that, everything is the same. The Cape area check was like 500 and something. And then when I actually wrote the check, I realized it was actually more, so.
Wait a minute, I don't see that on here.
10321
Oh, okay.
to the Cape.
So you scratched where he was, that you canceled his,
No,
I don't see a blank in there.
there's not a blank, sir.
Oh, okay.
I just fixed the amount.
Oh,
I had the wrong amount on the draft of bill pay.
got it.
And now it's the right amount.
Okay, and what was the other change?
That the check numbers were from last month. I had not updated them when I emailed it to you.
Got it,
Now they're updated.
got it.
I make a motion we approve. We got a second by Mr. Wilkie. Any discussion?
Second, May, Wilkie.
All in favor? 3-0. All right. Do we have anything for closed session?
Not without Mr. Peter.
All right. We're going to go ahead and adjourn. Well, 16, order 17, review and take action to set date and next meeting, discuss items to be added. So the next meeting is going to be our special meeting.
Well, but that's not what that's for. It's
Okay.
for our, just to
Yeah, a regular
say
meeting.
that our next one will be August the 18th. at 6:30, and where do y'all want to have it?
Right here. It's good for us, I think.
Jeff here, can we have it here?
I think so. We'll confirm later.
I like this
That's
place.
it.
All right, meeting's adjourned.
Yeah.